Alright, what's going on, guys? Fortminorproject, aka David Rivera 1989, aka David Rivera, in here for another video, and yes, in here for my WWE Fastlane PPV review, thoughts, and opinions. Now, getting into Fastlane, it was, up and down. I kind of had mixed reactions on it, to be honest, so it's kind of hard to get my full-on thoughts and opinions, how I really feel. I guess if you want to say it, pretty good to okay at best, but I'll let you guys decide on that. Leave that in the comments for sure. But let's start things off in the kickoff where we had Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa and Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. Not a bad match to start things off at the kickoff where we had Swann and Tozawa getting the win. So that's fine, and I like what Tozawa is doing. And maybe he'll have something going for him as well as the rest of the cruiserweights for WrestleMania to see what's going to be happening there. So we'll see how things are going to be looking like for the Cruiserweight Championship and stuff like that, which I'll get into later on. But we get into the main card where we had Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn. Nice start to start things off for the first match, one of the main matches I was looking forward to seeing. And Sami Zayn did his all, same thing with Samoa Joe. In the end, Joe came back with the win, taking out Sami Zayn. So we'll see what role Samoa Joe will have at WrestleMania. And same thing with Sami Zayn and a lot of other guys, because WrestleMania in some matches are kind of questionable. It's kind of all over the place if you ask me. So it's a little bit unpredictable of what will happen for certain people, certain stars at WrestleMania. So overall, Samoa Joe getting the win. Really great match. Nice way to start things off. Then we had the Club and Enzo Cass for the Tag Team Championships. This wasn't too bad. It was actually a pretty good to good match. The Club actually getting the win, which is fine. Enzo Cass, I'm sure, will get their time at WrestleMania, but we'll also see what's going to be happening with the Broken Hardys now that they won the ROH Tag Team titles now. So will they go actually to WrestleMania? We'll see, but I know they also signed a contract too for Ring of Honor. So on their exhibition, or whatever you want to call it, expedition. So there you have it right there on their quest on Tag Team Gold. But for Fastlane, however, the Club, for their Tag Team Gold, they were able to retain it, if you will, for the Raw Tag Team titles. Then when we had Sasha Banks and Nia Jax, this one was a little weird how they ended it. They had it via roll-up, which is kind of odd. Sasha Banks got the win over Nia Jax, but I'm actually happy for her at the same time, so that's fine, good match between the two. You've pretty much seen it before, but this time in a more serious type of matchup, if you will, so I'm sure they'll be looking to go at it in the Fatal 4-Way, probably two for the title, with Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Bayley, and Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship. Kind of expect that coming, so we'll get into the Women's Championship match, as a matter of fact, a little later. So at this point, it got kind of really weird. Basically turned into Raw, and I didn't know what the hell I was watching. Where we had Cesaro and Jinder Mahal. That was nice seeing Cesaro. I don't really care for Jinder Mahal that much. His character now is kind of a little weird for a heel, actually wanting peace and all that, so that's a little odd for Jinder Mahal. But Cesaro was able to get the win, which is fine, so there you go. And then we had Big Show and Rusev going at it. Big Show getting the win. I'll just leave it at that. And basically, Rusev and Jinder Mahal having an altercation. One that looked like they were both going to have a one-on-one match. So they were supposed to be a team. Now they aren't. It's just really weird and odd fucking booking, if you ask me. So that didn't make any sense whatsoever. And that filler was just questionable in itself. I'll just leave it at that. But then when we had Neville and Jack Gallagher, a great match for the Cruiserweight Championship, back and forth, where I thought Jack Gallagher was going to get the win. These two, pretty much had it all. In the end, we saw the Red Arrow in this, and that's right, Neville, the king of the Cruiserweights, getting his championship and keeping it. So I'm sure maybe we'll hopefully get Austin Aries and Neville, or maybe even a six-pack challenge. That'd be pretty cool, or a Cruiserweight Championship Open, since we haven't seen that in a while. I think that'd be nice for the Cruiserweight Championship at WrestleMania, but you never really know, so we'll see what happens with that. Then when we had Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, this one surprised me, definitely for sure, and I did enjoy it. I'm not definitely too surprised about the outcome, as I was trying to say there, get that out of the system. But for Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, I was hoping for Braun to get the win. He's a beast. He's a badass. He's had this undefeated streak going through everybody, and now losing to Roman Reigns, which is, I guess, okay, but, it is what it is. It would have been nice to have Braun Strowman get the win and continue his badass streak, so we'll see what happens for WrestleMania for both Braun and Roman Reigns, so we'll see what happens with that. Now, getting into the next match when we had the Women's Championship match, and when we had Bayley and Charlotte. Now with this one is definitely an enjoyable match. I thought it was actually good to great. So with this one, surprisingly, yes, Charlotte lost, which was actually pretty crazy. I was expecting it at WrestleMania, expecting the hot potato, even though I didn't want to see it, but it didn't happen. Bayley, yes, was able to retain, and basically beating Charlotte at her own game. Sasha basically coming out helping out Bayley to retain. So only time will tell what's going to be happening going into the storyline now. Like I said, probably Fatal 4-Way coming at WrestleMania. So it does suck to see Charlotte lose that streak. Same thing like The Undertaker, basically. So streaks are meant to be broken. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So, no really that much of a complaint. I like Charlotte, and I also like Bayley. So there you go. Then we get into the Universal Championship match. Well, Kevin Owens and Goldberg with this one. So now, apparently, we did get to see Chris Jericho, which is dope, basically interfering and actually costing Kevin Owens the match. So I'm sure definitely it's going to be Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, which is going to be dope to see. But Goldberg actually getting the title and everything doesn't really surprise me. I wanted Kevin Owens to win for that surprise factor, but they're going at it the old school way, with Goldberg being undefeated and stuff like that. And then, of course, now Goldberg and Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. Didn't want to see that. I was hoping the Universal title for Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, but it is what it is, and you can't really please everybody. So Goldberg, it is what it is, I guess, for me. But I'm hoping now Brock Lesnar will win at WrestleMania, get the Universal Championship, and then we'll see where it goes from here. So I'm sure maybe Goldberg's streak will probably end too, since streaks aren't meant to be broken. So we'll see what happens with that. So there you go. So yeah, Fastlane. I mean, I guess pretty much an okay show for what it was, but definitely for the matches, I would say that I did enjoy, of course, the opener too, as I got it in my tablet. Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn, really enjoyed that. Neville and Gallagher, definitely for sure, and Bayley and Charlotte, and to an extent to Sasha and Nia Jax, I would expect that, and a little bit of Roman and Braun Strowman. So there you have it with my thoughts. What are your thoughts and opinions? Leave your comments down below, and until then, I'll catch you guys, what's coming next, in the next video, whenever the hell that next video may be. Till then, I'll catch you again. Until then, up next, WrestleMania, but before then, WWE Valley. It's gonna be awesome and dope. Till then, see you soon.